Hello, I'm Cognito, and I went to the Magic of Christmas over this weekend, and I had a lot of fun, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it. I heard that people really like my enthusiasm about things I do, and so this is totally something I did. I went to the Magic of Christmas. So, Magic of Christmas was put on by the Creber family and the Brown family, or maybe not so much the Brown family, but that Creber family being Micheal Creber, who is the voice actress of Apple Bloom, and her family apparently do the Magic of Christmas every year they've been doing it for some time now. So that's something that they do, and I invited Gabriel Brown this year, and I think. And he was doing it. They both had advertisements online. So, I decided to go out and check it out. The first thing I had to do was, of course, get there. I live here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and that's out there in Middleburg, Virginia. And apparently when you come from the west, what happens is there are no main roads and no big cities that you pass through for several miles. I was driving about an hour on some back roads, because that's just the way to get there. So I actually felt like I had driven out to the middle of nowhere. I mean, it is a farm in the middle of nowhere, to be fair, but I don't know, it was just really far from anything. Something else that caught me by surprise was, well, it is the Magic of Christmas, and it did not occur to me that Christmas was also a religious holiday. I know that Christmas is a national holiday, but it didn't really occur to me that Christmas is also, a Christian holiday. Silly me. So, apparently this was held at a Christian resort. They were perfectly fine and gentle and generous and all that wonderful things. So it was great, but that kind of caught me by surprise. Anyway, the Meadowkirk Center, that's where it was held at. They were great. It was a big place. There was some driving. I had to check in, got keys, like actual physical keys, not those electronic ones, and checked in, got everything squared away. I met Monique Creber, that's Micheal Creber's mother, and she was like selling the tickets or collecting the tickets. And so I got all that. It was a nice welcoming. I had arrived just minutes before the first event, which was the comedy workshop. So the comedy workshop was hosted by SaberSpark. SaberSpark is kind of a funny guy, and he thinks quickly on his feet, and so he had put together an improv workshop for whoever wanted to attend. The part that I was probably most excited about was being on stage with Gabriel Brown, also known as Black Griffin, and Micheal Creber. I totally didn't mention that Gabriel Brown was Black Griffin. Anyway, I got on stage with them, and we did like the one-person voice where we all tried to say the same thing at the same time. I didn't really know that was a thing. I've been to several improv workshops before, but that was the first for me. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. It was fun trying to read their faces and get to predict what they were going to say, and they were looking at my face and trying to predict what I was going to say. So that worked out. We did a couple of other skits. Pretty much what you might expect from an improv workshop. Some like a yes and a like a one-word story where each person says one word in the story, and then they just swap stories because I think that SaberSpark may have run out of games, or they thought they were going to end early or something like that. I have to say that the workshops as a whole was. I've been to several workshops here in Pittsburgh as part of Carnegie Mellon. When I went to CMU, I went to the improv workshops for non-theater majors, and I really enjoyed those workshops. And I strongly suggest that if you enjoy improv, and if you enjoy improv workshops, that you try to find a good local improv workshop and attend it, because they can be a lot of fun. So, the next event was supposed to be like a singing workshop, but to be honest, I drove for 4 hours from way too early in the morning, so I just decided to take a nap instead. So I skipped that, took a nap. I didn't buy tickets for it in the first place, so I took a nap, that was a really good decision. Woke up in time for the next event, which was the Whose Line Is It? Whose Line Is It Anyway? Put on by put on by ACRacebeast, SaberSpark, Gabriel Brown, and Micheal Creber. It was hosted by Monique Creber, and music and accompaniment by Nathaniel Brown and Micheal Creber. So I have to say that, I mean, it was pretty funny. I mean, it's pretty what you would expect from a bunch of people who enjoy talking online and have their comedic moments. I would say that the show was pretty good. Improv shows tend to range between, like, you know, hilariously funny, and sometimes you're like, oh, geez, that was awful. I mean, that's just how improv shows go. So, I mean, it was pretty good. But what I thought was absolutely amazing was the what is it called? It's the one where they do music. The music one. So SaberSpark and ACRacebeast were talking to each other, setting up like what the next music was going to be, and then Nathaniel Brown, also known as Baasik, and Micheal Creber on the piano, Nathaniel Brown on the guitar, would play music, and Gabriel Brown, Black Griffin, and Micheal Creber would then sing whatever came to their mind in order to fulfill that. I forget what the name of that one was called, but that was the best by far I had seen of that game. Well, yeah, it was really good. So, yeah, I absolutely loved it. All right, then after the show, I got to go to dinner, and apparently we get to each of the main guests got a different table that they could host, and you could choose who to sit and talk with. Except that Micheal Creber and Black Griffin's their tables were full when I got there. But I got to pick, and so I picked SaberSpark because I liked his. I liked the show he put on. I've seen a couple of his things online. I honestly have not followed him per se. I actually am very bad at taking in media. I can't sit still for a lot of things. Anyway, but we sat there, being everyone at the table. We hung out. It was fun. I got to meet SaberSpark for the first time, and got to know him. I realized that I'm pretty old. I'm 30 years old, and I guess I'm a little old for the fandom. But oh well. I mean, there are other people who are old, right? Yeah, I'm sure there are. Like, what? Rusty's probably 30-ish. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, dinner was great. Got to meet SaberSpark. Then the actual event, that would be the Magic of Christmas. And the Creber family was amazing. It was clear that they had done this before. Their audio was pristine. I would never heard such good audio before. Their sound guy, Jeremy, was... I don't know how he did it, but there wasn't a single crackle or feedback noise, and despite, like, you know, the wireless microphones walking around on stage and in front of monitors, and it was amazing. So audio quality, the vocals themselves, they were great. Micheal Creber on the piano, I loved his renditions of some of the Peanuts songs, Falling Snow or something, in Linus and Lucy. And then, of course, he jazzed it up, and it was nearly unrecognizable, but you could still tell that it was that. They also put on 2 little mini performances in the middle of it, including How the Grinch Stole Christmas and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So both those were in there, and those were fun. Griffin, Black Griffin, and Micheal Creber both put on that show. It was fun. After the Magic of Christmas, which was, I mean, it was the main event, but I mean, it's a lot of singing. So I can tell you that I just sat there and really enjoyed every song. I could read you the program if I had the program. I'm sure I have it somewhere. But yeah, it was just a lot of singing. It was good. Afterward, there was cookies. They had a big table full of cookies and autograph signing. So I took this opportunity, naturally, to get out my Apple Bloom, which I just happened to bring along, and got Apple Bloom signed by Micheal Creber. Not surprising. Okay, then afterward was a dance party in the barn. It said so in the invite, but So Grace Hart and I had a discussion, and I've concluded that she's correct. But I actually called it a rock concert because all of the band members were there who were playing it. So that would be Black Griffin and Baasik. So Baasik, of course, it's electronic music. So Baasik was sitting there DJing it up, and Black Griffin had the microphone and he was singing. I don't know. I consider that a rock concert, but I guess a rock concert assumes that you have like a vocalist, a lead guitarist, a drummer, and all that. And we definitely didn't have a drummer because it's a 2-person. I don't know. Anyway, that's whatever it was. It was a dance party. So it was a dance party. I knew all the music because I kind of listened to it in my car. That's the songs from Immortal, songs from Songs of the Century from Micheal Creber's album. Those are the 2 albums. I bought them some months ago, and I really like all the songs and listened to them. And I was jumping up and down. They actually cued us when to jump up and down. It was I've never gone to a dance party before. Heck, I don't even know whether it's a dance party or a rock concert, and I'm not very good at telling the difference. So I loved it. I knew all the words. I could sing along, and I think at some point Nathaniel, that Baasik, even like offered the microphone to people just to sing like a word or two, and he totally gave it to me. So yeah, I kind of feel special. Anyway, yeah, totally great. And then that was it. It was over. I was exhausted. I was truly exhausted. Went to sleep, and then took the 4-hour car trip home. And that was my Saturday and Sunday. So yay, that was great. I've never done it before. I got a lot out of it. And so I suppose I should say thank you. Thank you to everyone who put that together. Thank you to Black Griffin. Thank you to Micheal Creber. Thank you to the whole Creber family. Thank you to the Brown family, including Baasik. Thank you to SaberSpark and ACRacebeast. Thank you to Jeremy, who did the song. Thank you to the Meadowkirk Center, who put the whole place on, who hosted the event. I really appreciate it all. It meant a lot to me, and so thank you.